hybrids and diamonds and plane changes, oh my. Drex here from Drex Factor Poi, bringing you the love of poi spinning and flow arts to benefit your body and brain. And today, I have got a humdinger of an intermediate / advanced combo for y'all. Before we dive in, I just want to give a quick shout out to the friends of the channel. Big thanks to Dark Monk, Flow DNA, Flow Fests, Flow Toys, Pyroterra Light Toys, Spinballs, and Ultrapoi for helping to make the videos on this channel possible. You can learn more about all of these awesome companies and the work that they're doing to support flow artists like yourself by checking out the links that I've got down in the description of this video. So today continues my breakdown of different combos that I was using in my flow video maps from a couple weeks ago. This is a combo that came about actually by me combining together two things that I had seen myself doing in flow videos that I'd recorded over the course of the past few weeks. And I really love that it incorporates so many different pieces that I really enjoy doing as a poi spinner. So to get this combo down, you're going to want to have the following poi tricks underneath your belt. Number one, of course, you're going to want to know how to do stalls. You're also going to want to know how to be able to do pendulum versus triquetra, specifically the hands together version. Next, you are also going to want to be able to know how to do Zan's diamond in split time opposites. I know that that is a challenge, but I've got a great tutorial on how to do it, yeah? Anyways, I'm going to leave links to tutorials for all of these tricks down in the description, as well as up in the cards if you happen to be watching this video on YouTube. I'm going to show you the combo at full speed and then take you through it step by step before finally showing it to you again in slow motion. Goodness. So I know that this is a lot. The good news is that you can repeat sections of it if you want to make it easier on you. But, yeah, we're going to be able to start this off just by doing top stalls in together opposites. We're going to want to do this in such a way that we're always kind of doing the inside stall. We're going to be turning as we do this. So facing the camera, facing away, and then facing the camera once again. And that is going to look like this. We do the stall once, we do the stall again, and we do the stall a final time. Each time as I'm coming out of that top stall, what I'm doing is I'm sweeping the poi past my hips, almost as though I'm doing pendulums to each side. In fact, if you don't have your top stalls down just yet, I would say start off by doing those pendulums back and forth and then try and come around to the top stalls at the very, very end there, yeah? So once we come to that final stall, we're going to do something that feels a little bit like stacking. That is, your left hand is going to just stay there and you're going to let the poi kind of pendulum back over to the left. The right hand is going to do another top stall over so that you wind up in this position where you have the two poi with the right one facing inward and the left one facing outward, and your hands together on your left-hand side like this, yeah? It kind of resembles one half of the Mel pattern for horizontal stacking, but we're not doing the full one, so I don't have it in the tricks list. Just for right now, think that you have to get your hands together, and if you want to hang out here for a second, that's totally cool. But you want to get to that point where you have your right-hand poi facing to the right and your left-hand poi facing to the left, like that. Okay, and now it gets tricky because we have to travel with this. Basically, you're going to drop the poi around into a triquetra versus pendulum. That is, if you look at that position over here where you got the right hand poi facing inward and left hand poi facing outward, it's just like this point where you're coming down on your left hand side in triquetra versus pendulum. Right there. I can jump in and out of it like so, yeah? It's just a small change in timing with the poi. I actually honestly recommend just going back and forth like this a little bit to drill it, to see if you can go back and forth between the two, yeah? Now, the trick here is that as you're doing that pendulum versus triquetra, you're also sliding over to your left-hand side. This is something that my dance teacher used to refer to as like a chug. So what it is you step out with your right and you're dragging your left foot behind you, and then you take a step out with each foot, yeah? So altogether, that comes out looking like this, where we do the stall, the stacky, and we slide over. And as we're going into that second triquetra versus pendulum, something changes. All right, so this is one of those plane changes that I'm becoming rather notorious for. Basically, you know how we have that position over on the left-hand side where we have the two poi sticking out to either side, thanks to that little stacking thing we did right before we jumped in there and everything? Well, we've also got a similar moment over here on the right, and I want to use that as a spot where I can transition, boom, into a corkscrew. goodness. So how do we make that transition? I'm so glad you asked. Basically, I'm cutting off a little bit of that triquetra. Rather than have my right hand poi go all the way around my hand and everything, I'm instead taking that moment when it's pointed upward at the very bottom and everything, and I'm going to stall it out to my right. And once I do that, I'm going to pull it up above my head in a corkscrew kind of fashion, yeah? Think of it as being that I stall the right hand poi and it goes up, and the left hand poi just kind of follows it after it reaches the side of that pendulum over there on the right, yeah? So basically, as I take that around, I take a corkscrew above my head, and then I do a horizontal flower to land over here on stage right. And I really want to make careful and be sure that both of my poi are hanging out over on my left-hand side, and my right foot is in front of my left. All right, so we made it here. What next? Well, I'm going to do a little bit of footwork. I step out with my right and step with my left foot in front of it and everything. And I'm going to do a really quick head check over to the left as I make that switch, yeah? When I finish with that switch, boom, my right hand goes around, and just because of the timing of how this combo worked with the music that I was doing and everything, I would add a little in-spin pedal over on my right. You don't have to. You can just take it around to stall the right poi up as the left poi is still sitting there and everything, yeah? So after I landed here and everything, I have step ball change around, boom, to stall that right poi up. From here, I'm going to step out as I start my Zand's Diamond in split time opposites. That is, I want to take both hands across, left goes up, right goes down, and then I enter straight into the algorithm for it. So you're going to be thinking both to the right, left hand up, right hand up, both to the right, both to the left, right hand up, left hand up, and they both stall out to your left. That whole thing winds up looking like this. From right here, whoop, pardon me, I do step around, boom, and right, left, right, left, up, out, and then I'm going to cap this whole thing off by doing a little pendulum where the poi swing past my hips, and I'm going to push my hips forward as my right knee points up towards the sky and everything, yeah? I'm trying to find a bit of a curve and leave the poi hanging behind me and everything, yeah? So goodness gracious, everything from the top. Let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and stall once, stall twice, stall 3 times, stack around and chug with the hybrid, go around, horizontal flower, and stop. I have my fancy footwork, stall, and Zand's Diamond going around, and I stall out, boom, push my hips forward to finish it all off. Let's see that again in slow motion. Hey friends, I know that combo can be a bit much, but I also think it looks absolutely awesome, and I'm really proud of putting it together and everything. There are quite a few people that follow these challenges that don't necessarily do the choreography exactly as I have it, but kind of find their own interpretation of it. So if you're up for that challenge, I would love to see what you can do with it. Please post a video of yourself doing this combo to Instagram and use the hashtag DrexFactorPoi so I can go check it out. You could also post your video to your stories and tag me. I am at DrexFactor on Instagram. I'll go ahead and make a copy of your video and post it to my own stories so that all of my followers can see your hard work. Please make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe to help other people find this video and, of course, help my channel grow. And finally, a huge thank you, because this video would not be possible without the kind contributions of these amazing folks right here. These are my Flow patrons over on Patreon, and they, along with the wonderful supporters that are also listed down in the description, help make this video and all the videos on this channel possible. If you would like to sign up to support this work that I'm doing, bringing the love of poi spinning and flow arts to the wider world and helping people be creative with their bodies, you can do so by heading over to patreon.com/DrexFactorPoi and signing up. You can get early access to all of my content, as well as a say in what topics I tackle in the future, plus which some great extras and behind the scenes stuff gets on there on occasion too. So you should go check that out. Please and thank you. Awesome. So next week I will be back with a less challenging combo for y'all. Stuff that hopefully will be some tricks that more people have access to, as well as putting together transitions that hopefully will not be the do it on a dime stuff that I've been doing thus far, yeah? Awesome. Thanks for humoring me, and if you haven't already, check out some of the other videos that I did showing off my combos from maps, and I will see you next Friday. Have yourselves a great weekend. Peace.